Since Donald Trump has won the election, people have been freaking out. Now, the stupidest reaction I've seen so far is hashtag Calexit. Of course, I'm going to acknowledge that this is just a reaction and California is not going to succeed from the United States. But I'm going to at least humor the idea of it, and I want to look into why this is a bad idea. So let's start off. Officially, California claims that they are about $26.2 billion in debt, but the actual number, once you look into it, it's about $443 billion. But the thing is that they have about 2.5 government employees, and if they succeed as a nation, there's no way they could afford to pay all those employees. Now, even though California's current unemployment rate is only 6.3%, which is close to what economists say is a good number, which is between 4 and 4.5%. What this graph shows, however, is that California has consistently been above the national average unemployment rate. But Crit, California's so good to the environment. Well, at a first glance, it may seem like California is being very helpful towards the environment. However, the sad reality is they're not. See, their laws dictate that you have to have X amount of energy produced by clean sources in California. This becomes one of those things where it sounds good on paper, but in reality, it doesn't work because they are not producing enough power to sustain California, which means they must import it from other places. And guess what they're doing? I'll give you a hint, it rhymes with troll. Ding ding ding, we have a winner! These places are using coal! And the reason why this makes California more environmentally unfriendly than they say they are is because they are suffering from electricity losses over a longer grid. And unfortunately, this results in 9.2% losses in electricity. And guess who has to pay for that? The citizens and the environment. And the thing is, the renewable resources that California is looking at right now are never going to be enough to be able to help sustain the population that they have. And just to put this into perspective, to be able to power the entire world off of just solar panels alone, you would need enough solar panels to cover the state of Montana. You see, industrial-grade solar panels are only about 26% efficient versus coal or natural gas, which ranges anywhere from 38 to 42% efficient. Now, I do agree that we need to start moving towards more renewable resources, like nuclear. The next problem I do see, however, is that California has 55 electoral votes. That's about 20% of the electoral votes needed to win the election. And that would hurt Democrats more than anything else because since 1988, they've consistently been a blue state. Now, another problem I see is also that California holds about 21% of the country's homeless people, too. And California has one of the highest poverty rates, which is at 16.4%, which is 4% higher than it was in 2007. And another huge reason why this would hurt America is that NAFTA would not include California. And the reason why that's important is that California is one of the biggest exporters and producers of food in America. And the problem with that is that all of those products that we rely on would have a tariff. This would lead to higher costs for foods such as fruit, dairy, vegetables, etc. And this would lead to higher costs for anything that they produce. And there's no way that California could increase their prices enough to be able to offset losses. And any corporation that relies on government corporations like SpaceX would have to move elsewhere. See, SpaceX indirectly gets a lot of their money through NASA, which is from the government. So if SpaceX is in California, and California is seen as a sovereign nation, then guess what? SpaceX could not receive government contracts. And a lot of these reasons that I brought up would lead to economic destabilization in the United States and especially in California. And the thing is that a lot of people see this as a way to solve a problem, when in reality it's just going to make the problems that we have even worse. And the thing is that this is stemming from a reaction. This is not well thought out at all. And if it was, I wouldn't have such an easy time being able to debunk this ridiculous bullshit. Well, that's all I have for right now. If this gains any more attention than it has already, then I'm going to take a deeper dive into why this is complete bullshit, and I'll bring up more to the table. If you like what I have to say, please leave a like below and subscribe, especially with me being a new channel, and I have like fucking 3 subscribers. I really do appreciate any support I could get.